Hello everyone, we're on tutorial 599, I think it's number 4 of my new hybrid journal, and I'm using the Ocean Spray collection. You could follow along and use whatever you like. So I've done tutorials on how to make the cover. I've done a tutorial on this binding strip with the hinge. I've done the tutorial on these interactive elements here, and then this is the folio section that goes in the middle. So let me just give you a quick tip. After you've made this, what I did was I put it on my desk. I put my big glass mat over the top, and then I put some heavy books on it for a little while, just to help flatten it all down, okay, because then it will be easier to insert, etc. Okay, so what we're doing now, so I have layered either side of this strip here up to the gussets with patterned paper, approximately 3/4 of an inch, and 1/4 of an inch shorter than the height of the journal. Then I have wrapped around the spine. I've done a wrap around. Okay, you can do it in pieces, so you can have a black border, or you can wrap it around. Now, I had one lovely lady say a couple of days ago that she'd done it and all of this paper here had split. So here's a tip. I always do this bit in a lightweight cardstock. So this is 200 GSM cardstock. Okay, it's just a little bit firmer, and you know, it's a little bit more durable. And when you're gluing it on, don't glue it on with the cover open flat like that. Do it with the cover kind of like that, okay, and mould it around very, very carefully and very gently, and mould it around the corners so it's almost rounded, okay, and then leave it to dry in that position. Don't touch it until it's dry. Okay, don't start bending it and stuff like that. Now, initially, it will be very stiff. Don't be tempted to start bending it backwards and forwards. Okay, it will loosen over time. As you use it, it will loosen. I promise you, okay? And then I'll do something fancy on the cover, and I'll join it with a strip there. Right, so what we're doing now is we're going to do our holes, which will hold our signatures. Where even are my signatures? They're somewhere here. I'll pause the camera and look for them, but I'll give you the measurement. So this gap here is about 3/4 of an inch. Okay, now you don't want it right in the middle of this section, your holes, because you want plenty of room for this here. So what you want to do is you want to measure from your gusset, which is there, from the edge of your spine. So find it, the edge of your spine underneath that wrapping, and you want to measure you want to measure 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch, and make a mark. And then you want to go up from the bottom of the journal, and I'd probably do 1/2 inch again, or 3/8. We're going to do 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so then here you're doing 1/2 inch in from the left side, from the right side to left. Okay, so from here in 1/2 inch. So find that spine, and you want to make a mark at 1/2 inch. And again, you want to go 3/8 of an inch up. So where are we? 1, 2, 3, and that's from your outer cover. Okay, and then just check that they are in the same position. Okay, and then what I do is I will get my crocodile. Okay, I will put this bit in to where I want it, about, so let me find, so there, and then I will put the black spacer in exactly where I want it, and then you're going to get the same depth every time. So that's about right. Okay, hold on, let me just move my spacer up so that when I do them all, they will all be in the same place. In fact, that's not right. That's a small hole. I want a bigger hole. I want a bigger hole. Okay, so I'm just going to layer over top. I'm going to push my black spacer right up to the edge of my journal and punch. Okay, and then when I come over here, my black spacer is staying in that position, then that one will be in the same position as the other one. Do you get my drift? Let me just poke that. Now it's, you know, we've got quite a lot of layers there, so Just be careful. Okay. All right. Right, so then we're going to go to the other side and do the same. So we're going 1/2 inch in from that side. Okay. 1/2 inch in, make a mark, and 1/2 inch in from that side and make a mark. About there. Just see if they're kind of lined up. Although the way we're going to wrap it doesn't really matter. They're kind of lined up. Okay. And that one, 1/2 inch. Where's my pencil mark gone? 1/2 inch, about there. Let me use the edge of my ruler as my guide. It's about there. Yes, that's about in the right place. Double check, take your time, there's no rush. Oops. Okay. I just get that out of there. Quite a few layers of chipboard. Okay, and then again you can go in with your, let me just double check these measurements because I'm not convinced that that's correct. Not convinced that that's correct. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, because I want them kind of lined up. Right, that's lined up, so that's correct. Okay. And then, let me do it that way, so that I've got my grid there to help me. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, so check and double check that you're getting them in the right position. I'm still not convinced that that's right. I'm going to just check again, because I do want it. Don't look straight for some reason. Don't know, it doesn't look straight, but it says it is. It says it is, so I've got to just have to trust it. No, I'm not confident that how far. So we. Let me just check. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, so I want to be going to the far side of that mark. I do want them kind of lined up, if I can. Okay, I'm using a little bit of my own judgment as well, because, you know, when you make things, it is handmade, you know, nothing's ever perfectly straight, so you've got to trust your kind of instinct. Yep. Okay. We'll go with that, it'll be all right. And then we're going to set some eyelets. Let me find what colour. They're going to have to be these. I don't have enough of the gold ones. The gold ones would be nice with this, but I don't have enough all the same. In case I end up using some inside the journal, I want them all to match. So these want to go from the outside in. Okay, and you're going to have to really squeeze because there's a lot of thickness there. Okay, so you're going to have to really squeeze unless you've got the deep reaching eyelets, which are slightly better because you can get them in different, you know, thicknesses. Just giving mine a really good squeeze. Yeah, that's holding. I think I need a new one of these. I've got the longer one, but I find it really cumbersome to use. A good squeeze. They're not gentle on your hands, these, so if you have trouble with your hands, you might struggle with one of these, with the thicker construction of things, but just see what you can do. Get somebody to help you if need be, because it's not a difficult thing to do. If you tell them what to do, all they've got to do is squeeze it for you. Let's have a look. Is that lined up? They're not lined up bad then. So what I'm going to do, I don't want the strings down the spine, so I'm going to wrap them over the top. Okay, like that. So it's like that. So then you're only seeing a little bit here and not all down here, because I don't like it. Okay, you can do it all the way down the back if you like, but I'm going to wrap it around here, like so. And then tie it in the middle. It also, this way will give you, you're going to end up with 2 strings. So if you wanted to put 2 signatures, 2 small signatures, you could, or you've got an extra string for adding extra note paper or extra memories, whatever. Okay. Let me just see. Now I normally just tie these, I'm going to just tie it in a bow because that's what I normally do, and then I'll adjust it when I've added my... These pieces are offcuts, so they're a little bit short than I'd normally cut a longer piece, but I'm using offcuts. So I'm just going to tie it in a bow. Don't want to do it. It's not plain ball. There we go. I'll tie it in a bow until I'm confident, and then when I know the, you know, how tight I want it, then I'll double knot it and it won't move. So we'll do the same here. Okay, and the same here. Okay. Now I'm just going to leave that a minute because I've got a feeling it's going to get in the way. So let me just grab some kind of little clip. I could have waited to do this bit. Use these little clips. So I'm just going to put that clip on there, and I'm just going to put that elastic there out of my way because I'm going to put my centre part in. That's all ready to go. Right, so I made that look harder than it was. So we're getting our folio section, okay, and if you remember, you've got a big old binding pocket all the way through the middle. Okay, let's just clip that shut. Get a paper clip. Paper clip everything kind of closed so nothing's in your way. I can clip that in there in a minute. Right, so that nothing's flapping about. Then remind yourself which is the front and which bit do I want at the front? What did I have at the front? I think it was the little pocket at the front, wasn't it? And then that, yeah, because that's a higher up letter, LM and epicurastic, right. So with the short little pocket there at the front, you've got that there. I'm going to turn it to the side. I'm going to, I think I'm going to use some glue as well. Now I'm not bothered if some of the glue goes on the inside of here and splodges a bit, you know, so I've not got the full pocket, because you're going to have this there anyway, aren't you? So let's have a look. So let's remove the tape and just pull it down there a little bit, out of the way. On the other side, not taking it all off yet, because then you've got time to rescue yourself if you don't get it quite right. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, so I've got a little bit of wiggle room just on this bit here. Okay, just move these tapes out of the way, fold it flat. It's a little bit fiddly, this. Okay, and then I'm going to grab this. I'm going to put my hand right in, I think, and open up and then slide it on. Okay, I'm going to get it on my hinge. I'm going to line it up where I want it. I'm going to make sure it's straight. I'm going to make sure I've got it pushed in a position where I've got a nice even gap, top and bottom. And then I'm just going to have to go for it. So I'm going to press that bit down, okay, and then that will hold. hopefully. Yeah, and then I can remove that tape, push it down a right little bit. I don't want to see any of that tape. Okay, press, and that will hold it in place. And then let me remove my tape from here. Just push it down a bit because I don't want to see any of that tape. Remove that. I need to take that out. Okay, push it down, get it in position. Am I happy with that? It'll do. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I can put, where did that paper clip go? Oh. Right, so that's on. Okay, it's on. Let me just clean up that bit of glue, and it's on pretty straight. Okay, so now I can let go of that. Okay, and you'll see it will, I mean, it's not going to lay flat because you can have signatures there, but it's pretty decent. Okay, so now I can do this bit, tie it, put it in a bow because we can tighten it back up later. Okay, and then if I just grab my signatures, I mean, I'm not going to decorate it with the signatures in. That would be ridiculous because you're just making life hard for yourself, but I'm just going to show you. So then your signatures, you'll have one here. Okay, I just need to just clip that out of the way. And you'd have one here. All right, and then you've got your hybrid journal ready to decorate. Okay, so you've got your interactive elements there. If I just quickly show you, we've got a flap here. I'm in shot. Move it down a bit. We've got a flap here, a large flap here, there, and a pocket. I might put, where's my little, I've got this little slider thing that I made with my members. I might put that on here. I might do, I might not, but that would be cool on there, wouldn't it? With that, and then that flips up. Maybe I will see. Okay, put that down. So that's that. Then you've got your signatures. Obviously, you can decorate them as much or as little as you like. Then we've got a pocket here. Well, it's a deconstructed envelope type thing, so that'll flap down. You've got your little bumpers, then it'll flip. Then that flips and that flips. You've got a pocket there. Okay, then that goes back. Then you've got your middle binding pocket that we're going to put something in. Then we've got this large pocket here that we're going to put this strip on, and it's going to be all decorative. Okay, and then that flips open. We've got a belly band. We've got a large flap, another large flap, and another large flap. Okay, just need to figure out whether I'm going to magnetise that. I don't think I will. And then you've got another signature, and then here you've got a flap here, pocket here. So now all you've got to do is go in, decorate it. Now, I don't do long matting videos, okay? I'll do the odd thing, maybe with my members. I may come and show how to do the cover if I decide to do something fancy. If I decide I'm just layering paper, you know, not doing a shaker or anything like that, then I'll just show you at the final reveal. Because my matting process just takes too long. All right. On these kind of things to bring it to YouTube. The videos would be really long and nobody would watch them. Nobody really watches these construction ones, but I enjoy doing it, so I'm not bothered. So now you can go away and you can decorate it however you like and go and have some fun. So the next video, unless I come up with something really kind of like special, will just be a simple flip through, and I will have finished all the decorating, and I'll give you a slow flip through. I need to put my teeth in so that you can see where I've placed the papers and how I've used the embellishments, so that you can basically copy every page. All right, I best get cracking. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.